Hello painting friends, thank you so much for joining me. Today we would like to painting these cute chicks, beautiful and cute chicks together by acrylic paint. So first of all, after drawing, I start with the background color. If you see this lovely brush stroke that's so thick and heavy visible, and it's visible on the body, whole body of chicks as well. So we start quick drawing and then add these details, the background, and then on top of the chicks work on background, on the background of the body and everywhere by acrylic paint. It's not much paint we need to do. It's a limited palette, so I'm going to start with drawing first of all. And I'm going to use paper palette, which is easy to remove it after this paper, take it down. Take it out and put it in the garbage. We don't need to clean it. And I choose the dark brown for drawing. That's what's this called? It's burnt umber, which is good for our drawing. And it depends on the size of the canvas. Mine is just 9 by 12 inches. The model is like a square shape. If you would like to go with the square shape, that's perfect. If not, you can go like that, make the big size of the bird and try to make it really big, not small, into the center of the canvas. And then we start adding drawing by this liney brush stroke, this pointy brush, and start to go with two big egg shape. If we imagine that's the two big egg shape, it's easier to go with that. Okay, I'm going to start with dark brown color first because the whole drawing is okay to do it by dark brown. And then I can move on with background color. So this is the dark brown whole shape modeling. I try to go with one egg shape, which is here, another egg shape, a little bit taller, I imagine, for the other one. So two big egg shape make the drawing so much simple. So please follow that. And then even if we made a mistake, that's okay. We can make it accurate by paint, and then with background color we will come on top and cover it. So no worries about anything. Just go with that. Just draw the shape of this big head, come down, then a little this chest come out, and we will make by yellowy dark color to make look like the wing, look like the feathery hair on these two chicks. So it comes here down and then reach this side. So this is just a simple drawing shape, not more than that. Even I just mentioned about the place of foot, but I know that it's covered by the background, so because of that I'm not adding more than this. Just mention about the eyes, the place of the eyes, and then we will do everything by adding exact color later. Even we can do the this part of the beak later. Just a triangle shape you can add. That's enough. And this is whole shape of simple drawing. Even you can add some more details here to make the neck separate from the head, actually separate from the body. But just a simple one, not much. So that's enough. Okay. Now I just go with this heavy brush stroke that I show you. Again, I want to mix more paint because the first paint is get finished. So again, back to the light blue color and then more white color. I think we need to take more white color to bring. Blue color I would like to bring. Then let them again mix together, take some brown, mix this together and make our blue a little darker. still maybe need more, because when you add more you can have more brush strokes. Still, I think we need more to add to make it as much as we can heavy. So more white color, more blue, brown, maybe it's okay, but take more blue, more brown, and just I'm not cleaning my palette knife with that. I would like to have darker tone as well. So put my brush into the water, start with darker tone now, especially for the bottom part of the painting. Just adding dark tone here, just like a curvy brush stroke I'm going to add. And the reason I start with darker tone on the bottom, because the place of foot show the shadow, and because of that I go with heavy paint here first, and then on top bring the lighter tone, and then it's covered very nicely. So take really heavy paint like that. I want to see this brush stroke so gently and nicely. So we need to keep this stroke be visible completely. See, all this heavy paint is visible. I know it takes really time to get dry. Sometimes couple hours take, but that's fine. You can make it faster by using hair dryer. Glue dryer help it draw faster. Even if you like the other colors for background, very welcome to go with that. You don't have to follow the turquoise blue that I add on my painting. Even any color you want, make two different shades, like light and dark. Like this. Make it really heavy and add on a canvas. So a little bit more paint I want to bring as a dark color here. Exactly on the bottom of their body. Okay, that's good. And then use this one on top again, more and more. To make it more interesting as a heavy brush stroke. And even lighter tone, we can go by pure white color. The reason I just want to make it as much as brush stroke, I want to make it heavy. So that would be lovely. So please do it to keep it like that. Heavy and be visible as a stroke that we see. Okay, I'll leave it get dry. So for this part, I'm going to mix the colors that match for the cheeks, like the feathery shape, like the wing, if I want to add like that. So it has a little bit warm yellow, which is a little browny, yeah, orangey. It's visible here, darker tone, and on top it's a little bit lighter tone on top. So we have some colors that can make that. We have yellow, we have white, we have yellow ochre, and the red color. So I'm going to mix this a little together. So for the warm color, for the light one, that you can use the white, which is easier, mix with yellow. So this is good for the lighter part, that it's happen on top. It depends how much you want to make it lighter. You can add more yellow, mix with white, and keep it for really lighter part on top. And then I use this yellow, this is warm yellow, and I use it mixed with yellow ochre to make another value of the yellow, which is warm and nice for some part. A little more yellow ochre. That's nice to use this three actually yellow together. And then in some case I mix yellow ochre with red color, and this gives me nice and warm color of something like, how can I explain, the warm color we had on the wing and the cheek, on the wing of cheeks, like the bottom of the body, like here. And that's the good match actually, I think, with these colors. So this is about that. We can make those ready and start applying with the smaller brush on the canvas. So I'm going to start with this. First of all, I go with this base with the yellow and yellow ochre and try to use this small brush stroke on everywhere randomly, but still I think it's better to do it heavily. But you know, when you want to add the colors on the cheeks, it's not happen very well because the yellow is so transparent, and it's not easy to cover the white of canvas very well. So we need to work as a layers. We need to do it sometimes more and more. This is the first layer. I'm not bringing the light color now. I just back to this color, make it more. Even pure yellow sometimes it's okay to bring. And heavy paint, always do it like that with heavy paint, and it's lovely. Even you can cancel the eyes, be comfortable to cover most of the part with yellow. Later we will add the eyes and the cheeks, sorry, the beaks actually. And then just I'm going to add heavy paint with the yellow, try to cover it most of the part, and try to get rid of white of the canvas. That's the first rule I want. And then with this warmer color, even the edge is better to sometimes add the warm tone that cover it, not everywhere. I don't want to see like a line. Even if the the brown color be visible would be great. We have it already. I don't want to disappear this browny color. I want to keep it be visible on the edge. And even here I would like to add some more line. We don't worry about the shape of eyes, we will bring that later. Just the dark color first I'm going to add, and then the light color will come on top later. So for the bottom part I move on with this reddish orangish color. Just heavy paint this mixture. Pure yellow. If the yellow is so transparent, you can mix it with one color like white or with the yellow ochre. That helps the transparency disappear and move on with the opaque. So I recommend to do that. And just small stroke help it already look like the feather shape. And just the bottom part of the body is a little darker even. I'm going to add more on top. And then still need more brown. I clean the brush with napkin. Move on with dark brown on the edge a little bit. Not much, but just a bit. Nice to bring it still. Randomly, even I just separate the foot part, like this part and this part. It's tiny, but this part is long, bigger. Still this color is effect on it too. I can do with heavy paint of reddish brown. So I need to add a little more brown too on my paint. Okay, and some part of the body, because I want to make it heavy, I just go with heavy paint too. So I want to be visible under this, and it's keep really dark like that. Even on this part of the face, to separate it, I would like to add, and then clean it the napkin, some more stroke on here. Even this part, I just go with heavy more paint. I don't want to let it dry and then bring another color on top. I can finish one and then move on for the other one. So just go with this lighter tone, heavy brush stroke. It's so thick, it's still we need to wait get dry, but we can move on with thicker paint on top and let it be move on top and leave it like that. That's help us to leave it like this thickness to be visible. Even you can go with the pure paint of yellow and let it be heavy in some part. You can go with the tip of brush to make a little longer line as the body be visible, like feathery hair. This is the part of the wing, tiny bit wing. And even on the face, I'm going to add a small brush stroke under the eye, cheek. Here some part is really light, so I'm going to add with the lighter tone, which is white and yellow. Even here we have some lighter tone. Oh, I use really heavy paint on this painting, so it takes really time to get dry. So be careful if you have like that. Don't touch it for some couple hours actually, because it takes time to dry. Just with the tip of brush you can move to the background a little bit and make it more look like the real feather. Not everywhere, just some part. Again, clean by napkin. Separate this part with the dark brown. And this is about the first one so far. The rest I will go later. Then we can move on the other. So again, I'm going back to this bird with this base color, that yellow ochre and the yellow. So I want to add the base with this color to cover whole this white of the canvas. If you go really heavy paint with the texture, it's easy to cover the white of canvas. It's easier, really easy. But when you go with the less paint, all this white of the canvas be really visible under it. So just go with one tone. You can add this tone everywhere. Even longer brush stroke. Then on top we will bring with tiny bit brush stroke and make the feathery shape. Even I can go with the yellow ochre in somewhere too. So just want to get rid of the white of canvas, which is helpful. It's more toward this way, so be careful not to lose the shape. You can bring out a little bit of the yellow to the background. Okay, now I am going to add this reddish color to mix with that on the bottom of the body. Even like this, I can move on, and this part is a little darker, or maybe yellow ochre. That would be great to add as well. So be careful not to lose the shape. Sometimes when we add a lots of paint, it's confusing to disappear the shape. So make sure not to do that. Leave heavy paint. And then even on top of the head, I don't want to lose like this. This is so separate from each other. So I'm going back to the yellow ochre on top and try to cover it. I don't want to make the colors separate from each other. I want to blend and melt them together. So I am going to add more and more, play with the stroke to let them more blending happen. So it's okay like that. Then with the pure yellow, I'm going on top to bring more brush stroke, especially on the chest part. I try to add more longer brush stroke. This is the part of the wing actually. And then with this lighter tone, because all this chest is really light. And make sure working with heavy paint is not easy, because you need to take really heavy paint, leave it be like that. And most of the artists prefer to blend a lot and they're scared to leave the paint be like this and happen this heavy brush stroke. So just feel free to play with the paint, really heavy paint, and make the structure be heavy like this. That's the goal that we want. In some case you can use the tip of brush to change the way, like this way. Or even on the head, actually on the top part. And on this part we need to have more, even on this section. So many light color we can add. And when you work with heavy paint, you need to be really careful, because when you add lots of paint on top of each other, the painting doesn't give you a chance to let it be visible like that. So it want to let you more blending. So just strongly put the paint, leave it be visible like that. And even I want to bring some really darker brown on the edge of the cheek, randomly, not everywhere. But I love to see this dark tone around the edge, which is cute. And then I place the foot. Like here. And I really do heavily with this too. And move on with this reddish color on top. It's interesting. Somewhere to have with this heavy paint. Then leave it to, even if you don't like a lots of dark tone, you can add more reddish brown on around and leave it disappear. So I'm happy so far. We can leave it be like this, and then add the rest of the face. Now I want to add more details on top of the face, which is the eyes and the beak. So I take the black color. The eyes are look like oval shapes, so I try to take black color as oval, even heavy paint on the face, on both sides, left and right. We can go like that. When we use heavy paint, it's okay, they can sit around. For both of them, I'm going to take heavy paint and let them sit on a face. Then clean it just with the pure white color. Want to have a light on top. It's heavy paint, so sometimes it doesn't give me a chance to set this white color on top of the black, but I try to do it now. Even around it, you can add some more lighter color as a white, like this, or the black. It's interesting to have some light and dark around the shape of the eyes to form it like this. No, this is of the eyes. And then the beak is look like a triangle shape. So I take first of all a little red mixed with the pink color to have mixed with the white color, sorry, to have a pinky tone, dark pink. And then I try to make like the line, then toward this part, and then connect like that. With the brown, try to draw the edge of that. Like this way. Try to draw it as a shape, and even with the pure white color, make it just more heavy, like this, toward left, toward right. Add more tone around it. So it's already pink and white color, be visible. Just add more tone to make it interesting. And even on the bottom part, I just go with the heavy paint on the pointy part, like that. It's not really clear, but that's fine. Look like a big shape of triangle. Big triangle shape like this, and then just one line darker under it. Big triangle, one line under it, make it dark. And then with the brown color, I want to add some pointy line around, some line on top. When you do it by pointy brush, it disappears a little bit to the rest of the colors. And if you bring a lots of brown, bring back with red, and then a little bit white color. It's better to have on the center like that. If it's much, bring back more pink color. So I just go on back and repeat with this color to feel happy with that. I don't want to make the bottom part of the beak a little dark. I just want to make it light. Sorry, dark, not light. So I think we'll be okay like that. And then with the tip of brush, just add a little darker brown here. With the pointy brush, just randomly add some tone on this section. And that's cute because we make the feathery shape of the bird for that. And even under the feet is dark too. I just want to mention about 1 or 2 brush stroke with the blue, white and brown. Mix them together. More blue and white. With a small brush stroke, just randomly add some tone on the body. That's interesting because the reflection of everywhere affect, even some here. That's nice. And then on the other side, I want to bring some this color randomly to the background, just with the brush stroke, like dry brush stroke, heavily. It's not visible, just dry. The brush is completely dry. I want to affect on this environment with this value. They affect together, and then we can color painting done. Thank you so much for joining me and hope you enjoy this painting.